QH. S. QHS.
Let's go! All right, if you couldn't figure out by that, we have two lovely cheerleaders this week on the podcast. Ladies, please introduce yourselves. Let everyone know your name, what grade you're in, and, well, we know what sport you do. Let everyone know what's your name and what grade you're in.
Hi, I'm Reagan Fish. I am in 10th grade, and I am one of the cheerleader captains.
I'm Maya Lopez, and I'm also in 10th grade.
So that was one of the cheers I brought up because I remembered when I was playing basketball. That was one of the cheers that they would do during the game. So I don't know if you still do that during the game. You do. It's my favorite. It's my favorite cheer right there. So how did you two get into cheerleading? Where did that journey kind of start for you?
Well, with me, I did dance for 11 years. And getting into high school, there was cheerleading, and my mom always talked about it, and I've always wanted to do it. So I quit dance and joined cheerleading to see how it go, and now I'm just in love with it.
Just love it.
Just love
Where'd you
it.
do dance?
I did dance at Bolton Dance Academy, and I was on the specialty squad. So I went in parades and stuff.
Nice.
It was a lot of money. That's what it was.
Yeah. Got that.
Well, for me, I also used to do dance. And then when I moved to Queensbury, I started going to like open gyms they would be having during the spring, the cheer team. And I really enjoyed it, so I tried out my freshman year.
Where'd you move from?
Well, first I moved to Saratoga from Dominican Republic, and then here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Big move. What is your favorite part about being a cheerleader?
My favorite part is really the environment that you're in, because with most other sports, it's really competitive and you have to be in a certain mindset. But with football cheer and also competition cheer, we're all so supportive of each other, and like you don't degrade anyone, even with other cheer teams at like competitions. We all are so supportive towards one another.
Love that.
Yeah, that for me as well. The environment is really like supportive, and it's really fun, and especially in competition season, it's like the routines and all that, and just everything's just really fun. Yeah.
So how do you prepare? Can you run us through like a typical practice?
For football or comp?
Let's do both. Let's
Both?
do football first.
Okay. Do you want to do football?
Yeah, sure. So for just a regular football practice, I guess, we first warm up, then we stretch, and if it's like during the beginning of the season, we're still learning like sidelines, and we have like 60, 90 maybe, I don't even know. So we just go run through all those, and then we just start learning like a dance or a routine or something that we might do during halftime, and yeah.
Nice.
And with comp cheer, we usually get on like a bus at the high school at like 7 in the morning, drive to the school that we're going to. When we get there, we set up, get dressed. We make sure we have everything. Then we go to like the separate room where we warm up and stretch, and then we go to a different room, like a big gym or something, and run through our routine like 3 to 5 times, as many times as we can, and then we go on the mat, and then we're done, and then we watch other people compete, and then there are awards, and then there's always like a big dance party at the end.
Like a big day.
It's a big. It's
we
like
get there early
it's
in the
from morning
morning
to
and
night.
leave.
It's your
Yeah.
entire day.
Wow.
And we always like just occupy ourselves during it. They always have like food. They sell stuff. It's just like a really fun experience.
That's awesome. That's what you work for. What's more nerve-wracking? Is it more nerve-wracking before a big football game or before a competition?
Oh, before competition.
Definitely
Definitely, because a football game is just like, kind of like an everyday thing. But for competition, there's like definitely more pressure, and we really want to excel in what we do. So, yeah.
Awesome. Hi, Mrs. Fartuli.
Hi, I'm joining. I'm not in the shop, so I don't know if you
Here, we
guys
can
want to
switch
move
down.
over and make room for me. But I had to join because I'm excited that we have some female athletes. And I don't know if Coach Conway asked you guys this yet, but do you play any other sports other than cheer?
I do. I also do travel softball. I'm currently off season for a month. And then I also do school softball. I used to do like a bunch of other sports like soccer, and I then again danced, but I'm
Yeah.
a softball athlete all year round.
Yeah, nice.
Well, for me, I mean, like, I would do another sport, but the other sports that I'm interested in are, like, during cheer.
So that makes
So,
it hard.
yeah, so I just spend my springtime free.
You're too tall.
I'm too tough.
I'd so be a tennis
We can
player if
switch
we
it
didn't
out.
have cheer.
I already tried
Does that
to sit
chair
on
go
your
down?
lap. I'm not going to do that again.
Here we go.
So here's my question about, because I heard you were saying that what you love about cheer is kind of the camaraderie, right? And how it's just so supportive.
Yeah.
And even though you're competing as a group. Whereas like on a team, yeah, you're competing as a group, but whatever position you're in, you're kind of on your own, right? So is that the difference you feel like when you're cheering?
Most definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys travel for competitions?
Yeah. So, well, technically, yeah. The competitions are held at like different schools. So depending on how far away it is and when the first team is competing, we like get on the bus at a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, usually it's like an hour drive, maybe more,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah.
I think the most time we've ever spent on a bus was like maybe 2 hours. We choose the competitions we go to.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's like 10? No, not 10.
Not
like
10.
20?
20 schools tops.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this. This is my last question. And then
No,
I
you're
promise
good. You can stay.
I'm completely taking over. I get excited to see female athletes on here. Physically, what practice is harder?
Definitely competition. It's more vigorous.
As opposed to softball?
Oh, for different sports?
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely cheerleading. With softball, it's kind of repetitive because you work on certain skills like pop flies, grounders, hitting. You do that almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
With cheer, with like a routine that's like 2 minutes long with stunting, dancing, cheers, you go over that over and over and over again,
Mm-hmm.
and like your body feels it so much more.
Yeah.
It's a really good workout technique.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
kind of
It
like
is.
being a gymnast, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We just stopped going to the YMCA to work on certain skills like
We will start
tumbling.
back up.
We will start back up. We love it so much. Where we work on certain skills of like tumbling,
Mhm.
like back handsprings and stuff.
Yeah.
It's very more.
You guys use a lot of your muscles, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially whether you're being thrown in the air or you're
Yes.
the base. I'm sorry, I don't know the technical terms for what that
You got it.
position is, but I just feel like you have to be really strong, and I think sometimes that gets overlooked.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
female sports.
Mhm.
Strength is really a big part because with jumps and all of that, you really have to be like engaged
Mhm.
with what you do with your body
Mhm.
so that it looks easy
Yeah.
and well
Flawless.
performed.
Yeah.
Right? Girls aren't allowed to make mistakes.
No. With what we do, execution is a big part of it. So when people see what we do, they're like, "Oh my God, it's so easy! I can do that."
Yeah.
But they don't really know all the work that goes in behind just one jump,
Right.
and like all the work and stuff you have to think while you're doing it.
And the risk.
In the
right?
ri- Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. Execution. That's a good
Well,
word.
it's crazy. You put hours and hours on end for like a very quick performance.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like people don't realize what actually goes
Yeah.
into it.
And I will say, I would say for you guys, I used to be a figure skater. I can't believe I'm admitting this, but
Nice.
that was me when I was younger, and I used to compete solo, and I used to compete on a team, so we traveled around. But I think it's very intense because when you play sports, you have some control, because I played soccer and lacrosse as well in college. I think you have some control, right? You can put some like aggression on the field. You can go 1v1. When you're cheering, you have to leave it all on the floor, but it's up to somebody else to determine whether you win or lose.
Mhm.
There's no like real dry cut of, oh, we scored 2 goals, they scored 1. And
Yeah.
I think that sometimes probably fosters a lot more, I don't know, patience and being able to handle a loss, I guess. What would you say?
With cheer, like on a softball team, it doesn't matter how you look, it matters how you perform.
Mhm.
When it comes to cheering, like even like your facial expressions, that is a part of your routine. If you're not smiling, like in a competition routine for say, if you're out there and you look like straight face, everything, you get points deducted for that.
Right.
Wow.
So more than just execution, what's going on in your competition routine, it's also about how you present yourself. On the floor and off the floor, they will consider that.
Yeah. It sounds like a lot of control. You have to have a lot
Yeah.
of self-control. Which again, like I think athletes, it's nice to just be able to like go all out. But can you imagine like if you were playing baseball and you had to worry about your facial
had to
expressions
smile
when
the
you were
whole
hitting
time.
the ball?
Wow.
You're like, oh, that home run doesn't count because, I don't know, you were cringing when
Yeah,
you
right.
hit the ball.
So I'm curious, do you motivate each other before a competition?
Oh,
Like how do you
most
stay uplifted?
We always stay together before comp, and we just be our normal selves. We laugh with each other, we joke around, and before a routine, we get in like a little circle over in the corner while they're announcing us onto the floor, and we're all just like pep talking each other up. They play a song, and we all just start dancing or singing.
Nice.
We just try to make it a really positive and not nervous moment before you
Good.
go on the floor, because that will really impact like how you'll perform out there.
We also have like the like thingy that we do.
Oh, yeah, we do like a little
Yeah.
chant thing that we
Yeah.
learned that we just made up before we go on the floor, and that gets us
Yeah.
all just like in a really good mood and smiling and everything.
That really gets the adrenaline pumping.
It's
'cause
really
that's how you know
funny.
we're about to go on.
So you're all pretty close, it sounds like.
Mhm.
That's awesome. That's key.
Yeah.
For you two, what is your most memorable moment that you've had?
For me, I think maybe my first competition. Yeah, because or maybe no, I'm lying. The first football game, that really encouraged me to keep going because everything was just, I don't know, like the environment was just so like wow, because you hear like the stands and
Mhm.
like the stinky football players are over there, so it's like I don't even know.
The
It's just
bench warmers.
yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
The energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me a little. I mean, I've said this before, but you're basically gymnasts. So when you think about like Simone Biles, right?
Oh, she's
or
great.
even like the male gymnasts, I feel like, in my opinion, their sport should be one of the most respected among all, athletics, because think about how strong they are, right? And how mentally prepared they have to be, and how their bodies are so strong when they're flinging themselves in the air, they're taking a risk that they could die. Any wrong move,
Mhm.
they could kill themselves. But yet they still have to think about their facial expressions, and you get points off if your hair is out of place, and you get points off if like your toe is turned the wrong way. So I don't know. That was just like a random thought that I was thinking about how I think it's awesome, and I think it brings a lot of discipline to the sport, but that can be really, hard, and you guys deserve more respect.
Yeah. With stunting, it is very dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
With that practice, before we even put a girl up into even a half, which is only 5 feet off the ground, we do so many just drills and stuff just to make sure we're all prepared. Because if you have a girl in a full with your arms fully extended and she's practically holding herself up there, if she falls and lands on her neck, it's game over.
Yeah. I would actually tie in rugby to this, Coach Conway.
Yeah?
Right? Because don't you guys have to throw each other around a little bit at the beginning? I'm sounding
little bit.
ignorant,
Yeah.
right? But what do you guys do to prepare?
It's like the same thing. We'll
Drink out of a boot?
Well,
Sorry, that's
Well,
for the win, right?
yes. We'll kind of do the same thing. We'll get in a hype circle before, because you have to be. Everyone's got to be motivated, be on the same page before you go out and just kill the carrier, because that's essentially what it is. So we do the same things, because you have to. The big thing is trust. Like with cheerleading, you got to trust the people around you. If there's one missing link, if one person's kind of off, or you can't develop that full trust with everyone, it's not going to work. I feel like the routine's not going to work. So building trust within the people around you is super important. So for you two, what do you think makes a great cheerleader?
What makes a great cheerleader is you have to have a really solid mindset. You can't be like an easy, like, sorry for this term, like pushover. Like if someone says like one thing and it gets in your head, like no. You have to have really good determination because cheerleading is like very like, it's like very tiring on yourself and your body. And if you give up the moment, like your body tells you no, it will never work out. You have to have like a really solid foundation like for yourself, like with your head and stuff. That's like one of my main
Strong
points.
mental
Yeah,
health.
when I first started,
Yeah.
that's what I really needed because I had a strong mindset, just not with what cheerleading demanded.
Mhm.
And so like when I built on top of that, it like really made me feel very good about myself and made me feel like I could be a really good cheerleader.
More confidence.
Yes, confidence is key.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that too. And also, like, mentioning, like, the physical part too, there's things that we have to do, like, outside of practice, and, like, or, like, when we have, like, a week or two before competition season starts and we have tryouts, we really have to keep up with ourselves so that we're, like, ready for all that.
Like one off day can like destroy everything you just had 2 days before. So if you have like a perfect routine and it's like spot on, you'll get first place. You take 1 day off, go to the competition. No, it's like you have to keep up with what they want.
Consistency.
It's consistency. And if you miss one practice throughout the week, it like you will miss like so much and you'll have to make up on your own time, which will make it so much harder to keeping up with everything.
Can I ask, you guys have seen Bring It On?
Of
Yes,
course.
of
I watched that like
course.
last weekend.
Is it for real? How like real life is that? That's not for real. Please tell me it's not for real. Maybe a little bit. You
Maybe like a little bit. Of
guys
course.
aren't catty like that. are
No,
you?
no,
It
no,
sounds
no,
like
no,
in
no.
real life, you're a little bit more supportive.
Exactly. Yeah. With the high school part, it's like every high school movie. It's always going to be like that. When it comes to the cheer part of that movie, there will be at certain competitions a little bit of cattiness because it's a gym full of teenage girls. What do you expect, man?
A lot of sass going
Yes,
on.
yes. But we try to hold ourselves to a standard where even if something is said about us from another team, we hold ourselves to a higher standard to just rub it off, ignore it, don't make it a bigger deal out of it, especially when it comes to judges. And we get like a report of like why we got points deducted after a competition. And sometimes when we look at that and we have certain points deducted, it's really easy to get mad at those judges. Like last year, I think our coaches got so mad they like emailed them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about stuff when we were just like, we know why we got those points deducted. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
It's kind of like every other sport. Like with softball, I get mad at an umpire every single game because the calls he makes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but we try so hard to just keep ourselves above all of that hatred and stuff.
Yeah.
Because of course there's going to be teams that are going to be catty, say stuff about you because it has
Trash
happened.
talk.
Yes, it has happened last year, and that was a problem amongst us and other teams. So we just try to just, keep ourselves above it, be a better person in the situation.
Well, I personally believe that, like, things like that are always going to happen, like, that's just how life is.
Yep.
But I feel like us as a team are really supportive, and, like, other teams as well from other schools, like, when we go to competitions, everyone's really supportive of each other. So on that aspect, I think everything is great. Not like that at all.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are the bigger person.
Yes.
So I'm sure your coach instills that in you as well. Who is your coach?
Coach Carpenter, she is a gym teacher at the WHBI.
Yep.
And then
Shout out.
Shout out.
And then Miss
Coach
Higley,
Carpenter.
who
Yep.
is the special ed kind
Yeah.
of teacher. I
Yes.
think with the more
You guys
older.
have two of the most amazing people
Yes.
as coaches.
Yes,
She's a-
Do you know how
Miss-
lucky you are?
Mhm.
Brownie points.
We really love them as
We
coaches.
love them so much. Like just from like the first week of having them as coaches, we grew so much.
Yeah.
It was just like a really
They are hype people.
Oh my
you know what
They're
I
good
mean?
people.
Yeah.
They
They
build
are.
you up. There's
Mhm.
never a negative thing. They're always very positive. Yeah, you guys are lucky.
Mhm.
I wish they would be my coach.
Do you have any advice you could possibly give to younger students that maybe want to get into cheerleading or maybe are on the fence? What kind of things could you tell them to sway them into that direction?
I think don't give up. If you really want that, then really work towards it and you will be able to do it, because I feel like every young girl, you know what I mean, wants to do like something girly or like something like that. So when you really like actually join it, the environment is just amazing. Like it really makes you feel like this is amazing. Like I'm not gonna stop doing this. Like I'm gonna miss this so much when I'm like 50 and not doing this at all.
100%. She had all the key points.
It's a good sense of belonging, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
and,
yes.
And the science
Yeah.
shows that makes you feel much more mentally healthy when you feel like you have a sense of
Yeah.
belonging. And I think that's why sports is so important. But back to rugby,
Oh no.
because I think my youngest should definitely be on a rugby team, male or female, I don't know, but she
Oh,
needs that
100%.
outlet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to know, what is the trash talking like on the rugby field?
I was never much of a trash talker.
I know you.
I think that's more of a question for the football guys on our team because we have a lot of kids that like to trash talk.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't worry.
I won't
Give me
say
a
any
name.
names.
Give me a name. I need to know.
We hear it all.
Oh, we hear it all. We got
We hear it all.
blackmail.
I'll bleep it out.
Shout out to my buddy Tom Collins. He loves to yap.
Awesome. Yeah, of course.
Xavier obviously loves to yap, but
Yeah.
he can back it up.
Yeah.
But they both can back it up. They're both good football players. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I never really got into trash talking. I would just kind of play.
Yeah, because you're always in
It all
the
de-
zone.
Yeah.
You don't really, I don't know, you're the type of person that just genuinely is yourself. Whereas, like, I'm not saying that if you're trash talking, you're not genuinely yourself. I just think that you're not maybe an overthinker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you just put your mind to the task.
Yeah.
Whereas, I don't know, Xavier is hitting different angles. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's got his football down. Now he has a little more capacity to think about.
Well, it's definitely like a
What are the
mechanism.
strategies?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
mechanism to get into other players' head,
Yeah.
other teams' head. Because
I'm
then,
explaining it wrong.
no, you're explaining it exactly correct.
No, I don't. I just think about, like, you. I'm going to stop.
No, it's
I
fine.
want to have some
Yeah,
input.
yeah,
I
yeah.
Sure.
think the stands are the biggest trash talker out of
Oh,
everyone.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
We have like our thing. Like when we hear with certain ones, we're allowed to like chime in if they're just like if it's like defense or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them, the newest, not favorite, but is like the one where if you're winning and you know it, clap
Oh,
your
from the
hands.
student
Oh,
section?
yeah, that's
We
a-
can clap our hands for winning, but when it goes to losing, we have to turn back around, stand still.
Yeah.
I cannot keep a straight face.
It's
I
funny.
hide
It's
my
funny.
expressions
Yeah.
because you just hear me giggling over in the corner,
Yeah.
and it was just like, it's so funny sometimes.
But it's good that you guys are doing the respectful thing.
Yeah.
Because the students in the stands, their reputation isn't on the line.
Exactly.
So they're just there to have fun and support their
Mhm.
team.
That's a really big thing for us
Oh, yeah.
too, like how we handle ourselves and
Yes.
like representing the
Mhm.
school. So
Yep.
that's
Absolutely.
a big thing.
Do you
Proud
have
of you,
a
girls.
Do you have a funny or embarrassing moment from cheerleading?
Okay, so starting this year, for all football games that are away on the bus, and same with competition, I'm going to continue this. Maya showed me a video of on our way back from a football game. She has a video of just me crocheting in my bus seat, listening to music in the little corner. I crochet every single time we're on the bus.
What is that?
It's
It's like the like
do you know
like
like
a
knitting,
scarf or
like
Oh.
crochet?
Yeah.
It's like the little. She just has.
like a grandma.
I got
Yeah,
it.
yes.
And
that's
her
right.
rocking chair.
Everyone
I've
calls
never heard
me
of that term.
yes. Maya has
That's funny.
photos on videos of just me and my worst moments on the bus, and she said I'm gonna make a portfolio of this, and I'm putting it on your senior board.
Yeah.
A senior.
You told me to do it, so
Exactly,
might as
because I would
well.
love that. Because
she was like huddled up in the bus seat with like her flashlight from her phone, just crocheting with a blanket
Cute.
on.
You're like, she's like a little grandmother. I love it.
that's what y'all call
Crochet
me.
is
so
big
cute.
now, right? It's
Yeah.
trending. I see people doing it all
People
over the school.
on the bus, people are like, Reagan,
Wow.
make me a pair of socks, or they just
Yeah.
nail me.
Where's my bee?
Let's not do this here.
Coming. It's coming.
It's coming. It's in the works. It's in the works.
All right. I have. Did you have any other questions
No, but can I share my most embarrassing moment?
Yeah.
Yes.
In athletics?
Sure.
I have a couple. One time I did fall off the treadmill. It was a 24-hour gym, and I was training for a lacrosse season in college, and you have to hit a certain mark with your mileage time. And I dropped, I think, my iPod at the time, if anybody even remembers what those are. And my knee went down, and I was flying on it because I was trying to make a certain time, and it was like 5 in the morning, and I went, my legs went up over my head. I hit the back wall, which was like cement, and the treadmill was still just like rapidly going. So I was just curled up in a fetal position against the wall. There was one other person in the gym, and he ran over and pulled it off. And then I got up like nothing was wrong. Blood running down my leg from my knees.
Oh
my
And the best part, right? It's 24-hour gym, so they have footage of it. They have cameras. That, and then when I was in middle school, I had just started playing lacrosse, and they put me in goal because we didn't have a goalie. I got scored on, and then I turned around to get the ball out after you get scored on, which is awful. My helmet got stuck in the net, and the referee had to come set me free.
Oh.
And I had a boyfriend at the time, which 7th grade, what do you do, hold hands? I don't know. But he was I could hear him laughing through the entire stadium. He was laughing so hard that I got that huge helmet on my tiny little 7th grade body stuck
Oh my gosh.
in the net.
Oh God. Maya, what's
Awesome.
an embarrassing
That's so
moment?
funny.
Oh my God. I feel like this isn't like super like wow, but I feel like it's so embarrassing after we like do a jump and like you completely move out of where you
Oh my
actually
God.
were.
Sometimes we're in lines and we just practice our jumps almost every single time. If you have to like jump and try to land in like the perfect position that you like started in, but sometimes when you jump you travel, and so you always usually hit someone, and then that person hits the other person, and it's like a thing of dominoes.
Yeah.
And you all just fall. It's so we work on it.
Yeah.
She's done it to me though.
You guys are like the Rockettes.
Yes. I love the Rockets, man.
That's so funny. All right, between you two,
Oh God.
we're gonna do some most likely to questions. All right.
I love you.
Most likely. Oh, speaking of this, most likely to accidentally trip and fall at the most embarrassing moment. Reagan.
Hi.
Most likely to get caught talking to themselves in public. Are these all gonna be you? Most likely to accidentally wear their clothes inside out all day. Oh no.
I've done this.
Most likely to forget their own birthday.
I
Oh,
have.
I love my birthday.
You have?
I forgot how old I was last year. I was like, it was in
Honey, you
Spanish.
got a long way to go.
It was in Spanish class, and I forgot what year it was. And I was writing down the date, and then I thought it was 13. I was 14 for like a year, and my birthday was coming up. It
It's
was.
because you're so busy thinking about crocheting. You,
Yeah.
you can't think about anything else.
No, I was thinking about Spanish, and the quiz I was just about to take, and I did not know anything.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Including your age.
Estoy cansada.
Oh, there we go.
Most likely to laugh in the middle of a serious situation.
Oh. I don't know. It depends.
It's both of us. We
Yeah.
both
It
do it.
depends, yeah, on what it is.
Well, it depends if like we're talking or something. It really depends on like what the serious conversation is about.
Yeah.
I feel like you do it more though.
Guilty.
You seem just smiley in general, though.
Yeah.
Just a smiley
She's
person.
always
Yeah.
smiling.
It's a good thing. It's a good
That is a
quality.
good thing. Most likely to spill something on themselves right before a big event.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has that happened before?
Yeah. Yeah, I hate it. I'm
would
like
you
really
do?
clumsy
Oh, she
sometimes
does.
when I'm like running late or something, and then I just
Mainly for cheer,
I
you
get
are.
over it. Yeah.
I just do it when I'm every other day, just for school.
Most likely to get distracted by food and forget what they were doing. What kind of food? What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? Hibachi.
Yes. Hibachi.
Hibachi.
Yes, me
Hibachi.
Both of you?
too.
Both?
Yes. Yeah.
I will down 5 plates of rice and still be hungry.
Oh my god, yeah, and the noodles are so good.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna go
With
get
or without chopsticks?
They're too
well,
confusing.
I feel like
You get it all over yourself?
I just use a fork, okay?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
That's
It's
fine.
allowed. It's allowed.
What about you, Mrs. Vartuli? What's your favorite food?
usually I'm like at a chicken parm, or
Amen.
I love Caesar salad.
Yeah.
Boring.
No, I do too.
Boring.
I
I like
do too.
hibachi too. I like different types of cuisines, but I don't know.
I love filet mignon.
What about you, Coach Conway?
I could honestly say the same.
Yeah.
I really
Drinking
like chicken parm.
water out of
Italian.
a boot.
What?
Water out of a boot after a rugby
Yes,
match.
water out of a boot.
Can I ask what is
Is
a-
that actually a thing?
Yeah,
we'll,
drinking water
we'll
out
talk
of a
about it
boot.
later.
Oh my god.
Coach Conway will explain
Oh,
it.
I have to look this up.
I need to know, what is it like? What being raised in your family, abuela? What's her like main dish?
My Mimi?
Yeah. Do you get like?
Chalupa.
Okay.
So good.
So
It's
like
a
from
Mexican-
Taco Bell?
No, different. It's like a
Okay.
chicken dish with like tortillas in it.
Just
I
like-
don't know, just a bunch of love in one
Yeah,
dish.
I
Mexican.
think I've
So
had
good.
that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
I
good.
love
I'm
Mexican
so
food.
picky.
I can't even
I
explain it.
hate
It's just so good.
I don't eat anything.
I'm really picky too.
Most likely to sing in the shower and think they're on American Idol.
I did that last night.
Me too.
I do it a lot, okay?
I listened to my 6-year-old sing the alphabet while she was on the toilet last night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was an immersive experience, I bet.
It was heartwarming, but also disturbing.
Most likely to lose their phone and then find it in the weirdest place. Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Has that happened?
Yep.
Yep.
I thought I left it on my bed, and it was in, where was it? I think it was downstairs on my pool table. And I haven't been downstairs in like 3 weeks.
Sleepwalking.
I don't sleepwalk.
Not
I'm a
that you know
heavy
of.
sleeper.
Oh, that's creepy. What the heck? What?
You sleepwalk?
I don't sleepwalk.
Oh.
No,
like that
like
you
about
know
like
of.
your
Maybe you
phone.
aren't.
My
Yeah,
phone.
maybe you are.
No, I think I might have probably went down there. I've left it at Hannaford. I left it at Five Below like a few weeks ago. I'm
You know, actually, I feel like that's a good thing because that means you're not addicted to your phone.
Oh, she's not.
Because I get a
she
lot of
deleted
flack
TikTok, guys.
for
I
never knowing
deleted
where
TikTok.
mine is.
I had 5 people there to prove it, and it's the withdrawal is hard.
Yeah.
YouTube Reels are my new thing.
Proud of you.
Oh, me too. Me too. I'll do a couple more. Most likely to show up at school with 2 different shoes on.
Happened.
It did.
I have 50 pairs of Converse. I'm a Converse head.
Yeah.
And it was late, and it was dark in my room, so I just grabbed a pair of shoes that looked alike, and I was wearing one low top red shoe and one and what was the other one? It was like one tan high top Converse.
Oh, so completely different.
You're so cute and my favorite person.
I am an airhead.
Oh, let's see. Most likely to forget what they were saying halfway through a conversation.
Both of us.
Yeah.
We've had
Yeah.
conversations where,
Where we just like stop and then like look around and I'm like, wait, what?
and then we go get Dunkin', and then we get Dunkin'.
That cures it.
Mm-hmm.
Last one, we'll go. Most likely to get caught talking to their pets like they're humans.
Or yeah,
Do you have
definitely
pets?
her.
Me?
Yeah.
I have 2 dogs, and I have 1 cat now because the other one ran away when I got the other dog.
Oh.
Because it hated him
Sad.
so. Eh.
You didn't like the cat?
No, the cat didn't like the dog. And so my cats are like inside, outside. So it was outside and then just never came back. But, I mean, it
Sad.
makes sense because that dog is so flippin' annoying. She's Oakland, the new one, I think. Did you meet her?
Oakland?
think so.
Oakland, yeah.
My dog's name is Oakley.
Oh, that was the only way my dad would allow us to get a dog. If it was a boy, Oakley. If it was a girl, Oakland, because he's obsessed with Oakley store. He has everything, even like a suitcase.
Wow.
Everything, man. This is why we need to start saving money.
Do you have any pets, Maya?
No, not here. Back home.
Oh.
Back home.
in
What do you have back?
DR. It's a French bulldog. She's so cute. Her name's Cookie.
Cookie.
Yeah.
Bring her here. Is she in
I
Dominican
wish.
Republic?
Yeah.
Okay, so bring her here.
I wish my mom will let me.
How old were you when you moved here?
I was 8.
8?
Yeah.
Do you remember much of the Dominican?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, because, like, I go back every summer. I couldn't this year because some tests.
Where in Dominican?
Well, I was born in Santo Domingo, but right now my dad is living in Nagua.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So none of the touristy areas, Punta Cana, Puerto Plata.
I feel like Santo Domingo
A
is
little
like a
bit, yeah.
tourist area because it's like the capital. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have to tell you, when I went, I did like an excursion off the resort, and it felt like there was so many homeless dogs.
Oh my God, yeah.
So skinny. I wanted to bring them all home. It's bad. Do you feel like that?
Yeah, I always want to take a dog home or something.
Yeah, makes me sad.
Yeah.
Sometimes she just breaks out in Spanish.
I love it.
That's
No,
cool.
I love it.
No, it's so funny because it's like anytime I think you're on the phone or something with your,
Oh,
your mom,
yeah.
and then she'll just start going off in Spanish. And I'm like, what is happening? And then it's like, hey, okay. And I'm like, what? Any
So
Spanish.
do you think in Spanish or English?
It depends, honestly, with who I am. But like if I'm like at school or like primarily like English speaking, I'll think in English. But if I'm like, I don't know, in the DR, I'm like thinking in Spanish.
So
It's
when you're
weird.
immersed in that culture, then you're
Yeah.
thinking that way.
Yeah.
Some of our foreign exchange students were
So
telling me
cool.
that as well.
Mm.
Like they're here.
Marta.
Like I've started thinking in English because I'm using it so much now.
Yeah.
What do you think of Dora?
Oh, Dora. Oh,
Oh,
my
you're
God.
shaking your
Whenever
head
I
no.
think
Don't
of
get me
Dora, I
started.
think of when I chopped my hair off in quarantine. My
Yeah,
hair.
but have you seen the older episodes now? She's beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, she doesn't have the bowl cut anymore.
She's
my
grown up?
God.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Dora the
I still
Explorer.
don't like her. Just turn behind you. It's a red barn. It's not that hard to find.
Yeah. What's the map song?
I'm not saying that, man. It's like the
Sorry.
Baby Shark song. I can't.
Yeah. Coach Conley, you didn't share your most embarrassing experience from athletics.
Yeah.
You got this.
You're gonna miss bus duty. And
I guess-
don't care.
Not really most embarrassing, but I broke my nose really bad in rugby. I'll show you a picture after. So when it happened, I was going to tackle a kid. And my teammate came in from the side. He came in high, and I went a little bit lower, and he hit me, and my nose like shifted completely to the side. I had no clue. I thought I just went like here, oh, it's a little blood. But I went off to the side, and everyone was turning their head. I'm like, what? Am I fine? They're like, no, get out. So I had to get out because my nose was over here. It was completely pushed
Oh
over.
my God.
And then the other kid, he got a concussion. He had no clue what went on. He was like, what happened to your nose? Like, what do you mean? You just ran into me. Like, I did? It was bad.
That's what happened to my
So
dad.
who had to set it for you?
So I went, it was out in Brockport. We were playing Brockport. And I went to a hospital there in Rochester. Terrible. I sat there for like 4 hours. All they did was
with
come
your
out.
nose on the side of your face.
With the nose on the side of my face. They just came out and they kept taking my temperature. That's all they did for me. So I was like, I gotta get out here. So I ended up driving back to Syracuse, got in right away, and they reset my nose. It took them like 4 times. They took like a metal rod, shoved it up my nose, and like it attached onto the bone, and they lifted it up and yanked
Did
it
they
over.
numb at all?
No, it did not. Like I think at that point it was already starting to heal that way too.
Yeah.
So like,
Listen,
it was.
I'm a big advocate for women being able to handle pain because of
Mhm.
childbirth, but that sounds awful. I think
wasn't
you
fun.
win. You're the winner.
Hey.
Thanks.
Well, you haven't experienced it yet, babe.
No, I've experienced stuff.
Childbirth?
No, pain.
We're gonna cut this part out.
Okay, please. Cut. Wait, I get to say it. Cut it out.
That's
Cut.
it? You didn't do anything like embarrassing, clumsy, ever?
Stupid.
You're boring.
I am boring.
Yeah, you are.
I'll get back to you on that. I'll
Hey,
come
there's
back next
nothing
week
wrong with
something.
being boring.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
No, you're right.
Except that
It's a
you're
good
boring.
thing.
No funny experiences to tell.
Nothing funny. I mean, I guess I was funny because my nose was over here, but
I
that's
can't
about
picture
it.
that.
Yeah,
I
I'll show
feel
you a
like I'd
picture.
see that like in a drawing or something.
So you never fell off the treadmill?
No.
You,
You
never
never
went the
crocheted on the
wrong
couch?
way with the, what do you even call the rugby ball? Football?
A rugby ball.
Rugby ball?
Yeah.
Okay. Boring.
No. I know. I'm sorry. I'm very boring.
Yeah. What about Elena? What was her most embarrassing athletic? I mean, she's got to have something good.
I mean, with her, she just softball wasn't
Shout
her
out,
thing.
Laner.
Softball wasn't her thing, so like when she did little league softball, she would always have to run because she couldn't pay attention. And she was her mind was everywhere else, and she couldn't hit the ball And I just remember my dad just taking her out in the backyard, doing with the cage and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
he'd be yelling at her, and
Yeah.
she's like, I don't know, I just want to go inside and like watch a movie or
Put on
whatever. So it just wasn't her
Jack
thing.
has a
but-
lot of patience, huh? Both Jacks.
Yeah. Yes. A lot of patience.
Again, love you, Lena.
Are these his kids?
No.
I think we were thinking about.
We were thinking
the
about
Lena on
Elena.
our
Coach,
team.
Coach Conway has 2 younger sisters, and I've had both of them in class as well. So
Really?
Elena is his younger sister.
I thought you were talking about our Elena.
Yeah.
No.
She's a senior on our team.
No.
She has.
She sounds lovely, though.
We love her.
We love her. We love her. We love you, Elena.
Shout out Elena.
Shout out
Cheerleading
both
Elena.
Elenas.
Both Elenas.
Both Elenas. All Elenas over the world. We love you. This isn't going all over the world.
Is this your final message? Because we're gonna wrap right up. Is that your final message?
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
She's ready. She's
You're
got a
fine,
final
go.
message. She's been
Do
waiting
it.
for this.
About the youth, we're actually gonna host like what's it called?
We're hosting a youth camp
Yes.
for all kids who want to do cheer from K up to whatever.
When is this?
We haven't
during
set a date.
winter. Yeah. When
Okay.
we set a date, we're probably gonna
Make an
I don't know.
announcement.
Yeah, or
Okay.
like flyers and
And we're
stuff.
Yeah, some
doing
flyers.
fundraising and
Yeah.
everything.
Okay.
We actually had a lot of little girls that like wanted to know about
Yeah.
it when we were doing.
At the home
Fundraising
football
at the-
games, it
yeah.
was the little kids, flag football.
Mhm.
And we did concession stand and 50-50 for a bunch of fundraising so we could get new uniforms, cheer mats, etc. Because we're currently cheering on wrestling mats, and it is not pleasant because it's at the elementary school, and we have to clean it with vinegar.
Oh.
So yeah, but at that we were selling like little pom poms that we still see at games today, and a bunch of little girls came up and bought some, and then they wanted to learn cheers, so we took them off to the side of the concession, and they were learning a bunch of cheers, and then a few days later, Coach Carpenter, she had them in her class, and they were reviewing the cheer, and Coach Carpenter took a video of them cheering,
Oh, that's pretty
and it
cool.
was so cute. I loved it so much.
It was really cute.
That's
So
awesome.
all young girls.
All young
into
girls.
that.
Come on, man.
When you get the flyers,
We're cool.
give them to me.
We're cool. We're cool.
We're cool.
We're cool.
Well, thank you girls so much for coming on. That was a
Thank
good
you.
time. We
Thanks for letting me
appreciate you.
debut.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you for Mrs. Vartuli.
I'm not in the shot, but that's okay.
Oh, you're not?
No, but
No,
you
The whole
can
time
hear
you
me, which
haven't?
is more exciting.
No,
a
she's
little
in
bit.
the
I've
shot.
been
She has the microphone.
my shoulder, my mic, a little bit. It's okay. I kind of like it better. It's like Wilson from Home Improvement. You're too young to probably
Yep.
know that. But
I'll,
But I'll act.
I'll act like I do, too.
Yeah. So thank you, girls. Everyone, have a wonderful day. Thank you. Peace.